because you want to always set yourself up for success. And the worst case scenario is that, hey, I'm going to have to pay that balloon interest rate. Can I manage my finances in my household with that? And if the answer is no, don't take the arm. And another gem here that I know, people talk about the housing crash, and it's like, those adjustable rate mortgages, right? Like if you're over a certain age, you hear about adjustable rate mortgage or arm loan, you like, you just cringe up. You don't even want to think about the option of utilizing that. One thing I want to say is that, yes, it is a more of a riskier product. You have to be more strategic, but it can be used as a really good tool, especially in the current market here. In 2023, where we are thinking that the rates may go down potentially in a year, 2, 3 years, getting that adjustable rate mortgage that has a very reasonable interest rate on that front end can really help you with your monthly payment affordability to get into that house you want.
For sure. Yeah, yeah. Those adjustable rate mortgages. Me personally, I always try to navigate towards fixed payment mortgages. But when we're talking about strategic planning, those adjustable rate mortgages can again put your family where you want to be in regards to utilizing an adjustable rate mortgage, lower interest rates, right? Some even no down payment, right? So that at that point, if you have low interest rate and no down payment, what are you waiting on? At this point now, just reading the terms on the back end, that's the key.
Absolutely. And I mean, no lender is going to be the same with those. It's going to be a lot of different qualifications and a lot of different products. Okay. So every loan is not going to be treated the same, even in the same category, right? Because right now we're hearing like new home builders and even some of our resale lenders that work to help you get a home as well. They're using that adjustable rate mortgage very creatively to offer 2 to 1 buy downs and different things like that. Where in your first year, you might have a interest rate of about 4%. Then the second year is 5%. Then it goes up to 6.5%. That third year, all the way into that 30-year mortgage. Now, the way that they're doing it now to help people stay out of trouble, again, we understand what happened in 2008. People may have been taken advantage of with those loans, but what they're doing is that they're making sure you still qualify based on what that market interest rate on that 30-year is going to be. So, how does that work? Let's say you have a 5-year ARM, right? Adjustable rate mortgage, where you get a rate of 3% for the first 5 years, but then it goes up to 7%. Well, when that lender qualifies you, they're going to be like, hey, if he does have to still have this loan in year 6, today, does he make enough money to afford that 7% interest rate based on what that payment is going to be? Maybe your payment right now is going to be $1,800 with that 3% rate. Well, with that 7% rate, it may be $2,600. Does he still qualify for a $2,600 payment? If that's yes, they'll approve you for that. But if you are only able to afford this home based on a 3% interest rate and they know you won't be able to afford that 7% rate on that back end, they're not even going to put you in that product. And that's what is the primary difference. And I want people to understand that's happening now versus in 2008. 2008, there was like your maximum payment is 1,800. That's all you could afford. We put you in this arm. We don't even care about 5 years from now that you won't be able to afford the 26. We ain't even gonna be around for that. They put people in that scenario, and that's why people had trouble. But now you're not gonna have that same trouble with that because they're making sure you have that income up front.
Yeah, that's actually great information because though arms, can sound scary, but they are tools that can really change the trajectory of your real estate portfolio. Um, you know, I think Mr. Kayvon, Mr. Jones, you'll be able to describe a situation where best to utilize an arm, because I know you have a lot of clients and a lot of one investor clients, primary family clients. Can you provide like an example when's the best time to kind of use an arm?
Yeah, yeah. So there's going to be a couple different situations where using an arm is going to be very good strategy for you. If you essentially don't plan on being in the home for longer than that 5 year period, for example, if you're taking that 5 year arm, uh,
Hmm.
that's a good reason to do that. So, you have intentions to say, hey, I have this home now. I know my needs are going to progressively change. I'm going to sell this home within that 5 year period. Or if you're looking to house hack, right, and you're looking at an investor model, and believe that, hey, I'm going to be able to rent this house out for way more than that mortgage value. I'm
Hmm.
going to go ahead and take that on because ultimately I'm not the person that's paying that interest rate and different things like that. You could take the arm in that situation. So there's going to be a lot of different critical ways on to evaluate. Also, if you really feel strongly that your income is going to vastly change and you'll be in a completely different financial situation in 5 years. So it's really going to
Mm.
be particular to the individual. Maybe you are a medical student, for example, and they actually have certain programs for new doctors and residents because their income has a drastic increase. So if you on your first year of residency and then by year 5, you're going to be making a lot more money, then yeah, you can take the arm because you know that, hey, I'm going to be making X amount then. I'm only making this now. Maybe I'm in a situation where I can technically afford it again because they qualified me based on affording it. But hey, I want to pay my student loans off, and I want to dedicate that additional monies over the next 5 years to that, or maybe I want to save or invest over those that period, but my income supports being able to do that. You would take that adjustable rate mortgage. And lastly, if you want to gamble a little bit, right, with the market, and you think and I don't really recommend this, if you think that the rates are going to go down and you're like, you know what, I probably can't afford that 7% interest rate they charge me on the back end, but I'm a gamble thinking I'm not going to actually ever have to pay that. And that's what you're
Mm.
doing. You're gambling if you're taking an arm in that scenario. So I would recommend against it in that scenario because you want to always set yourself up for success. And the worst case scenario is that, hey, I'm going to have to pay that balloon interest rate. Can I manage my finances in my household with that? And if the answer is no, don't take the arm. If it is yes, I don't want it to be that price, but I can reasonably afford it. Go ahead and do what you have to do to secure that property because in
Mm.
most areas you're gonna have equity anyway in your home over the next 5 years.
Yeah.
So getting into the home of you that you desire, um, you know, sooner than later, in most instances, is going to help you build your portfolio and build your wealth.
Nice, nice. So basically, getting into the home is key. Um, However, Mr. Jones here will be able to help you create an exit strategy if you want to gamble. Does not recommend it at any point in time, but also it looks like as well you'll be able to create a real good strategy for them to utilize any type of one of those loan products, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Good strategy on how to use it because it's going to be based on the individual, your risk tolerance, and what
Hmm.
your ultimate goals are. Some people, even if it's their first home purchase, they're like, hey, I'm going to live in this house for the next 30 years. Right.
Hmm.
And again, I would approach that individual planning a little differently than somebody that says, hey, this is my first home, it's a starter home. I'm going to be moving out of this in a couple years. Then that's a separate conversation. So The thing about it is that you can't just get random information on YouTube about those particular details. You need to
Mm,
make sure you sit down with a qualified professional and we evaluate all the nuances of your particular situation.
nice, man. Nice.
Absolutely.
Listen, I think that was, to be honest with you, I think all that information was gold, man. Dang, appreciate you educating the people and giving them some of these gems. Uh,
Absolutely, man. A lot of gems being dropped today. We appreciate you guys for watching. Any other kind of closing statements or anything that you have for the people today?
none, man. But ultimately, I would love always to wish everyone well, making sure that you're having a wonderful week. At the end of the day, please always, open up your eyes and always know it could be a little bit worse, and still remain in a space of gratitude.
Absolutely. Love to hear it, man. Love to hear it. Well, it was great speaking with you guys today. Stay tuned for the next episodes of the Prepare to Compete podcast. Stay out there, enjoy yourselves, prepare to compete, like, subscribe, comment, do all of that. Stay on your journey towards success, man, and wealth, financial freedom, all that good stuff, man. Stay out there, prepare to compete. We out. Peace.